We are live again, Thursday mornings, live to you from the Circle Leadership. Very excited about this one, actually. It's something I'm really passionate about, which I'm passionate about everything we do. But this one is really something I really hope that business owners, leaders really start to embrace and understand as a concept. It's what I call business love. Uh, for me, I really want to find a way to help people fall in love with why you do what you do, help people fall in love with your business. I work with leaders and the team, we all work with leaders to help people create organizations that people love to work at, and then people love to be served or, get the products and services from. Like, can you imagine a world where everybody loves what they're doing, who they're doing it with, who they're doing it for, and then as a consumer, what that would feel like to be able to do that? This is why I believe like business love is very, very important. And so this topic today is, how do you make people fall in love with your business every day? It's quite actually simple in terms of the explanation of it, but then on execution, like anything, ideas are easy, execution is everything, is how do you go about executing it? So let's start off with the concept of brand. Everyone talks about brand and, think about all the brands that you love. And when we do events and workshops with people, we always ask them this question, what are the brands that you love? And, you get the usual answers, the Apples, the Nikes, Louis Vuitton came up the other day, which is cool. And you get like the Harley Davidsons and stuff like that. And these are brands that people love. And one of the simple ways to really understand which are the most popular or loved brands in the world, just have a look at what people are willing to tattoo on their body. Are they willing to tattoo your logo onto their body? People get an Apple tattoo, they get a Harley Davidson tattoo, they'll get the Nike tattoo, they'll get, you name it, types of different companies' tattoos put onto their body because they just love the brand so much. Because it's gone beyond a business and become a brand. Or there's a great book out there called Love Marks, a book. Yeah, okay. Scott Phillips, Little Creatures. So Scotty, have you got a Little Creatures tattoo somewhere? We don't want to see it. We just want to know. But when you, the book Love Marks is a phenomenal book. It was written, early 2000s, I believe, by the head of Saatchi & Saatchi at the time. And he talked about love marks. And a love mark is where you go beyond a brand. And like that's when you get into the Nikes, the Apples, the Harley Davidsons, maybe the Little Creatures, where people are willing to put a love mark. Like they love it so much they're willing to get marked with that brand on it. And so it was one of the most powerful books I ever read from a branding or marketing point of view. And that was back in what tattoo do I have? As a matter of fact, I do have a tattoo on the back of my neck here. It's a tattoo of a sun. Because my wife and I have matching tattoos of suns because we always want to have the sun on our back. So there you go, a little bit something about me you may not have known. Thanks, Bram. But as the book goes, one of the key things that came out of that is the memorable moments. And if you get a chance to either audible or get the book itself, but Love Marks still holds true today, is how do you create that loyalty or love beyond the brand itself and create a love mark for your organization? And it stuck with me. And one of the key lessons that I took from that is the brands that we fall in love with create mystery, intimacy, and sensuality. Now that kind of sounds sexy for a business, mystery. Like, okay, cool, mystery. You want to create a bit of mystery about your business. You want to also create a bit of intimacy. And intimacy is not a necessary, as it would be perceived in today's society, as a intimate thing. Intimacy is like so that the client or the consumer or the people you serve feel like it's a one-on-one with you and your organization. They don't feel like they're just a number or part of it, that they have this intimate relation with your organization in terms of you are a part of them. They have this emotional connection is the simplest way. They have an emotional connection with your organization. How can you create an emotional connection with your organization? Create a bit of mystery. How do you create an emotional connection to your organization? And then the other one was sensuality, which is then getting into, sight, sound, smell, taste, touch, whatever it is. Sight and sound, taste and sound are two of the most triggering memories that we have, like those senses that we have that trigger memories in us. Now, of course, once again, you might not be able to, unless you're a food or a coffee shop, to have people from a taste point of view. But this is why a lot of organizations have a little sound chime or a sound bite. And then when people hear it, they go, oh, that's so-and-so. So what are the senses that you can get involved? Do you have something tactile that your clients can touch and hold? Is it, when they do that, what do they see? What do they hear? When you get all the senses involved, the more senses you can get involved in the relationship with your client, the more emotional connection you can have, the more mystery you create. And that's what the book Love Marks was talking about. And this is how you build a brand that goes on to becoming a love mark and have people fall in love with why you do what you do. But it was really important as I read through that book, and I read it like, phenomenal, this is amazing, this is amazing. But there was a part of it that was missing for me. And that part is we have to have an organization where the people who work in it feel that first. If our team does not feel a sense of mystery, intimacy, and sensuality of being part of our organization, then they're not going to be able to speak that love to the market. So one of the things we talk about is, have you ever been served by somebody out there? And anywhere you go, and you imagine you being served by someone, and that person just loves what they're doing, who they're doing it with, and who they're doing it for. Have you ever been served by somebody who loves their work so much, and the people they work with, where they work, and loves serving people like yourself when you come into their business? How does that add to your experience as a consumer? Like, it's amazing, right? When you get that sense of like, wow, this has just been an awesome experience, has been amazing. This person I love being served by people who love doing what they're doing. And it adds to your experience. It adds to that connection to that organization. However, on the flip side, have you ever been served by somebody who does not love what they're doing, where they're doing it, or who they're doing it with, and would rather be off doing something else than sitting here serving you right now? Good night, Clay. Thanks for tuning in. So have you been served by that? And that detracts from your experience as a consumer. And it does not help you build a relationship with that organization. It doesn't allow you to emotionally connect in a positive way with that organization. It might actually have the opposite effect. So let's take a look at this from a more pragmatic or practical approach, because we have to get our team to fall in love with why we do what we do first, so they can speak that love to the market. So then the market can go, holy crap, we love what you guys do, and who does it, and how we do it, and who we do it for, and everything like that. And we bring that connection together. And I want to show you how to create that brand and culture alignment, or how to bring your brand and your culture together to get people to fall in love with why you do what you do. So I'm going to just switch over to the whiteboard. So there's let me just get rid of that banner for a second here. Oops, and get rid of Let me just make some space on the screen here. There we go. So what I want to do is, Seth Godin, famous marketing guru, he wrote many years ago as well that the future of marketing is leadership. And I'm going, what does he mean by that? And when I took Love Marks and I took Seth Godin's comment together, and I'm like, and my thoughts around the fact that, well, we got to get people to be in love with why we do what we do first, so that the people can fall in love as a consumer point of view. So if we look at this diagram here on the screen, let's just go. So if culture is one half of the heart, so what we need to do is make sure that everyone in our team falls in love with why we do what we do. And when you have that part of love there, where everyone in our organization just gets to love why we do what we do every single day, with the people we do it with, for the people we do it for, and we can speak that love to the market, right? Brand, on the other hand, and this is where I find people get confused about what brand is. Now, please understand, I'm not a branding guru. Our circle leadership is, we are not branding gurus. But our belief that brand is how the market and consumer thinks and feels about your business. So if culture is how we think and feel about our business, and brand is how the market and consumer thinks and feels about our business, what we want to do is have everyone in our organization speak with love to the market, and then the market can't help but respond in kind and fall in love with why we do what we do for them. And this is how, when we speak with love, then the market is the other half of the heart. We all come together and everybody falls in love with why we do what we do for them. But it has to start with getting the culture right first in our team. If we don't get the culture right and have people falling in love with why we do, engaged in our purpose, empowered by our values, inspired by our vision, evolving because of our mission, and get everyone onto that same page and starting to feel the same way about being in this organization, and then at every opportunity, they can speak that with love to the market, the other half of the heart comes in, because when people start getting served by people like that, they go, oh my God, this is amazing. And then we bring those two halves and stitch those two halves of the heart together. So getting back to Seth Godin's point about the future of marketing is leadership. Leadership's all about purpose, values, vision, and mission. So when we speak that with leadership, that's what we should be marketing. So when you're doing any marketing of your business, you should be marketing why you do what you do. Get to people understand the problem you're here to passionately solve in the world for the people that you choose to do it for. You should be marketing your values in terms of how you uniquely think about that problem that you're passionate about solving. You should be marketing your vision, the world that you see, the impact that your organization wants to have from getting up every single day to solve that problem passionately in the world through the lens of those values. What is the world that you want to create? And then the last part you should be marketing is the business you're building to do that. So rallying people around to get them involved in helping build this amazing organization that's going to create this amazing world from living this purpose every day through the lens of this unique thinking, our values. And this is how you start to get people to fall in love with why you do what you do. You start getting your culture right and you speak with love that to the market every single day, and every single person. Can you imagine every single person in your organization speaking with love at barbecues on the weekends, events, things, whenever they're out with people, at work, every day, on the phone, face to face with people, online, does not matter. Every single day speaking that love to the market. The market cannot help but respond in kind and bring those two halves of the heart together and have everybody fall in love with why you do what you do. This is how you start to get people to fall in love with your business. It starts with getting yourself to fall in love with your business. So you might need to do that again, reconnect to your purpose, getting your team to do the same thing, and then all of you speaking that with passion to the world, and the world will respond in kind. Because brand is how the market and consumer thinks and feels, and culture is how we think and feel. So it's really important to understand that. And this is how you go about it. And that's how you start to build the mystery, the intimacy, the sensuality of your organization, and to start to create a love mark for your business. It all starts with getting your purpose and your values and your vision and your mission clear, getting everyone to lead, live, and love that every single day. All the stuff we've been talking about over the past weeks through last year, getting all that together, and now getting everyone to start speaking that to the market with the passion and enthusiasm that they should have for it. So hopefully that was of some value to you, learning how to take that and actually start to use it, because in terms of getting people to rally around your organization and move from a brand to a love mark. Now, here's a really cool part. I'll just leave you with this at the end. When you think of a love mark or a brand that you love so much that you go beyond trusting that brand to being loyal to that brand, you look at any sporting team. Most people who are passionately in love with a sporting team. Now, that team could be going through 4 or 5 seasons of hell and never getting anywhere, maybe not even winning many games or anything like that. But people will remain loyal to the brand, to the thing, because they have a love mark or this connection, this emotional connection to that, and the deep, rich conditioning of being part of that organization, even as a fan base. How do we create that for organization? Because when you get to that loyalty stage, even when you make a mistake, not intentionally, but when you make a mistake, people will hang around because they still want to be a part of it. They still believe in you, and they'll work with you and work with you to get through it together. That's what loyalty does. Loyalty is beyond trust. So imagine when we can create an organization where we have this sense of loyalty to our clients and they have a sense of loyalty to us, that we're working on this together to be able to provide the service, to create this impact, to do the things that we do in the world. Right? So we want to make sure that we create this organization where people feel like that. That would be my challenge to you. How do you take your brand and turn it into a love mark? How do you get people to fall in love with your business, speak that love to the market, get the market and consumer to respond in kind, build this amazing loyal connection, this mystery, intimacy, and sensuality, and then get people to, believe that your organization exists just for them? Because in the end, that's what it's all about. It's how do you create guided transformation for your clients so that they feel your organization exists just for them? That's when you get to intimacy in the organization. Like, this is, people go, this is my mechanic, this is my account, my lawyer, my whatever it is, you're part of my team. Imagine when people are talking about your business that way. Go get people to fall in love with your business, and do it by making sure that you're in love with your business and your team are in love with the business, and then all of you just start speaking that love to the world, because that's what the world needs right now. Till next week.